Hello guys and welcome back. So now in this video we will be adding collision to our player. For adding collision, make sure that your whole environment has colliders. If you are using this environment which I am using, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you are using some other environment, then make sure that in your environment you have added the colliders, okay, to everything. As you can see, this thing has box collider, okay. And once you have all of the colliders, now let's add a collider to our player as well. So for collision, we will be actually using the character controller component. Since this character component comes with built-in collision, built-in gravity, it also handles steps and slopes. And if you want to read more about character controller and what is it, you can check this Unity documentation about character controller. You can just search for character controller Unity and then just visit this website. You can read all about the character controller right here, okay? And let me tell you one thing more about the character controller is this works as a engine which drives our player around in the environment, okay? So once you add the character controller, make sure that the gizmos are on for your scene. Okay, you can just click right here and the gizmos will be on. Then let's change the center Y value to 1. Now as you can see, the character controller is out of the ground. And let's change the radius to 0.2. That's it. The height will be 2 as it is, okay. And as I told you, this character controller comes with built-in gravity, so let's test that as well. So if you actually move the character controller up there and let's play the game, you will notice that the player will automatically comes down to the ground. As you can see, the character simply comes down to the ground, okay. As you can notice, the character feet are a little bit above the ground, okay, as you can see. So in order to fix this, you can just change the skin width to something like 0.3 or something like that, and the player feet will be then inside the, I mean on the ground, as you can see, okay. Or you can actually make the height of the character controller a little bit lesser, but I will suggest to simply decrease the skin width to 0.03. That's it, okay. Now we need to move our player using the character controller. For now, if you notice, the player doesn't walk around, okay. So we need to make the player walk around using the character controller. Right here on the player script, after this animator header, we will create another header by the name of player collision and gravity. Then in here we will create a reference to the character controller, so we will say public character controller and let's name this as CC or character controller if you say okay. Then after this, right here inside this if condition, instead of this transform dot position, we will simply say character controller dot move, and we will add the code inside this round brackets, and that will be it. Then get back right here, click on player, drag and drop the character controller in there, okay, in the reference, and simply play the game. And now as you can see, here is the gravity, and now if we try to move, as you can see, now here is the collision. As you can see, now the player collides with the thing in the environment, as you can see. And now if we try to jump from here, as you can see, the player goes down, and as you can see, the player doesn't go up on the stairs. This is because the step offset. So let's increase it to 0.5, and now as you can see the player goes up and down the steps, as you can see. Okay, let's go down. As you can see the player is moving down. Let's make the step offset as 0.4, and I think 0.4 is a good value for this. Okay, so now we have collision and gravity added. Okay, make the step offset as 0.4, and let's end this video right here.